Testing. Testing. Okay. Alright. No, right. Oh, okay, we're back to Numenera after finally, like, what's it been? 3, 4 weeks?
Nah, not
Eh,
that long. Has it?
Has it not?
It has been, yeah.
Yeah, because I believe it's been quite a long time because it
I was
started
working one week.
Yep,
I was off, or I was away for my wedding anniversary the next week. I was
indeed.
working again the week after, so there's at least 3.
Oh yeah, so well, you're gonna have to help me with my catch up as I go along. So, I believe you were left in the ziggurat after being betrayed by supposed Vivian Grey, and after some exploration of the ziggurat and defeating some automatons, you come across the Bronze Queen, who took you in for a portal, or EC at first, to meet the All Cube. And the All Cube explained that he once belonged to the planet that you were on billions of years ago, but a meteor struck the planet and sent him up into the atmosphere and floating off into space. So that's how powerful the meteor was. But he's now in this interdimensional space here, and he said that he used to be in charge of a bunch of gates that are still currently crisscrossing the planet that you're on. But if one of the gates is reverse engineered, it can be devastating or be used kind of like as a blackmail, like, you know, do this or we do that with it. Use it as a weapon. It's you guys said that you would find this portal inside the Golden Sanctum and try to stop it. And after that, you returned home, not before trying to cross the lake, Ver's doing a little doggy paddle, being attacked by basically the monster from Star Wars. And Artoria's sister Sapphire turned up to save the day. After about a day's journey, I think you stayed in the camp.
We did.
And then, yeah, you did. And then you left and headed straight back to Westwood camp, where you told the Baron. And I think EC just told Fexus, the Aeon Priest, about Vivian Grey, that she's dead and someone had taken her place. And Fexus had a little bit of a hissy fit, didn't he? He got really upset. And then later on that night, he decided to leave to go find the Golden Sanctum himself. And that's when the Baron told you that Fexus and Vivian Grey were close, maybe even lovers. And just after that, we ended the session as Artoria's sisters arrived in a massive long caravan, and all 7 of them climbed out and one by one greeted their sister before heading off towards the loggers, the lumberjacks, as you could expect from Artoria's sisters. So today's session, we begin right then. Evening is descent. Well, no, I believe you actually got back to the camp around midday. It wasn't that late, was it? Because you left early. So it's afternoonish time, and all of Artoria's sisters are causing a bit of havoc along the camp as they're walking around, setting up stuff, shouting. The place is much, much louder. So, what do you want to do?
Well, I think Artoria needs a moment to calm her nerves. Alexa.
Sorry, dude. Like, literally, that vibrating is distracting me so badly. It's unbelievable.
Right, Artoria. Where do you think we should head next? Do you have any business with your sister, or
No, we'll just let them do their thing. If there's anything here, they'll find it.
Okay, then.
I think we should go and make sure that priest doesn't get himself killed.
Yes, perhaps. And also, we should try and eventually find out something more about these portals, should we not? It seemed important enough to at least make sure that they are safe.
I have a counter offer for you, Vers. You do the portal thing, and you point me at anything you need dead.
Yes, well, that's what I mean.
Let's go find the priest first, then.
Well, he's going to the portals, isn't he?
Well, yeah, doubles up.
Okay, so as you are explaining and talking to each other, Julia approaches you, Artoria. She takes off a Valkyrie-like helmet and just stares directly at you, not saying a word.
Do you want to fight again?
No, I do not. Who's he? And she just jabs her thumb at Vers.
Oh.
Yes?
Hi.
Leave this one alone,
Says who?
says me.
You see her hands turning into balls as she clenches her fists. Do you
Want to go? We can go.
Do you want to go?
I'm just saying.
And she just begins taking a step towards you.
Fuck, I'm just going to punch her.
Okay. Swing for her with a might roll. Go for it.
And I am going to... I'm going to edge.
Yep, she's level 5.
That's alright. Difficulty 5.
It's a light weapon, and then you're edging, so difficulty 3.
And I'm trained, so...
Difficulty 2.
So that means I have an effort, I have an asset, I'm trained.
That's it. It's a level 2.
And I will reduce my pool by 1.
You really want to punch your sister?
Can we have a zoom in on Julia, by the way?
Oh, okay, yep, of course. So Julia approaches. Not much of a zoom in, but you see, and you crack her across the jaw. She falls over, rolls, and she comes up almost feline-like on her hands and her haunches, and she just goes, and then just runs off. Behind some of the tents, back towards the campfire.
God, why did I bring them all here?
And that is when Rebecca approaches. She stands there, arms folded. Artoria.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've called us here for a reason. And she points to the campsite. You know what we're good at. Point us in the direction, and we'll do what we can.
Well, the direction is generally that way. If you speak to Vers here, I'm sure he does mind stuff that, I don't know, it's beyond me.
Oh, interesting.
I'm sure he would enlighten you.
I'm sure he would.
Vers, Rebecca, Vers.
Hello.
Why is this sister not getting punched?
Because she's one of my nice sisters.
So why was the other one getting punched?
Because she's a bitch.
What's the difference?
Spend some time around them and you'll figure it out.
Shrug. You say so.
Well, I will leave you two to discuss the terrain, where we've been and what we've got, and I'm going to make sure that the rest of them don't kidnap anyone again.
Okay, so
What do you mean again?
And Victoria will just chuckle and walk off.
Yeah.
I did consider that we should try kidnapping. I heard it's a very lucrative industry, and we have been talking to a lot of rich people recently.
Okay.
No. Rebecca, what information do you require?
Well, I am very good at finding things. So you tell me what you're after, the direction to go, I will scout it out. Artoria here, and all of our sisters, are warriors, but we are also warriors for hire. We can do anything that you need. You just need to point us in the direction and tell us what to do. Would you like us to scout the woods, find locations, bring back information? Or would you like us to go find, or we can definitely fight, or anything?
Is one of you good at repairing spiders?
She goes, no, and then she points behind. She goes, Siobhan, no! And you see Siobhan's just picking up weapons from Graham Ishi's shop and walking off of them. And Graham's like, you don't have to pay for that! And she goes, points at him, grabs her crotch, and then walks away. Carrying what looks like 3 hand axes, 2 javelins, and a big sword.
First, do you think that's one of the nice sisters or one of the bitches?
Depends what you like, I think.
But she's like, now they're all setting up tents and getting ready. So.
Well, I'm not quite sure if you heard my question, but I did ask, because if one of you is good at repairing spiders by any chance. Rebecca, are you okay?
She just looks towards the distance into the woods and she says, it is rather foreboding, isn't it? But no, I am not good at fixing spiders.
Oh, too bad. Well, in that case, could you perhaps help us find something? It's less of an object and more of a place, I think.
What are you after?
No, I'll explain what I know about the portal.
About the Golden Sanctum and the Convergence and all of that.
Well, not all of it. Just what she needs to know to be able to find the other portal.
Uh-huh. And she goes, I'll get the sisters straight on it. And she walks over to the rest of her sisters, calls them over, and you see they're having a bit of a meeting while they're setting up their tents. But that's about it. So, EC, what are you doing?
Well, I'm going to the biggest gathering of Otoria's sister.
Oh god, an Artoria.
And I'm gathering...
Oh no.
I'm gathering Otoria childhood rumors in exchange for current information on Otoria.
Okay. How are you going about that?
Oh my god, it's so nice to finally meet you. Otoria has told me so little about you. It's such a pleasure to meet you all.
They'll just... It's like 7 pairs of eyebrows just raise simultaneously. As they just...
I just have to tell you about the time Otoria killed a giant monkey. That was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
She killed a giant monkey, says the white hooded one with 2 swords in her back.
A giant robot monkey.
She did?
Yeah.
I've killed 2 giant robot monkeys.
That is very impressive. You have to tell me more about that.
She laughs. And then she points towards a red-headed one who walks past and says, we've all killed monkeys before. She ain't too impressive.
What about the giant spider we dropped a giant rock on?
You dropped a giant rock on a spider?
A big spider.
A big one. That is pretty brave. Was that you that did that?
Well, Otoria was also there, but yeah, mainly me.
And that's when one of the sisters wearing what looks like plate mail on her top half and it devolves into a chain skirt. She's got long flowing red hair with plaits in it, walks up, puts one hand on your head and begins patting you like you're some sort of animal. Says, I like you, you're cute. Follow me.
Don't do it, EC.
I
Don't do it, EC. And Artoria will just be looking at you going, don't do it.
Is this the way Otoria gets when she sees man?
What do you mean? What way does she get?
No, it's the sister acting the same way Otoria acts when she sees any member of the male species.
No, she's not acting like that, no.
Okay, then I come along.
But what she does do is rope you into setting up her tent for her. She goes, I'll tell you all of the secrets if you just do that, and just kind of pushes you towards the mess that is her tent.
Well, Easy looks at the tent and she's like, this is a horrible choice making me do this. And then Easy completely fails at setting up a tent because she has never done that before.
And when the girl that you're talking to, the sister, introduces herself as Sarah, and she says, no, you're doing it all wrong. And he gets so frustrated when she does it herself, and she just turns to you and goes, what is wrong with you? It's a tent.
So this one time my dad took me to build up his tent, and then he got really drunk and he didn't build the tent at all. And then we slept under the night sky on the ruins of the tent. And I guess I never really learned how to build a tent because my dad never built a tent with me.
Wow. Interesting story. So, and she just turns you on your heels and goes, "See over there? That's the horizon. Go towards that."
Well, Easy isn't stupid. She just walks to the next sister and just repeats.
So a Sapphire, who you've already met, just looks at you and goes, "No."
She will kill you, Easy.
Are you sure I could turn that frown upside down?
I'm not. I'm going to step out of the way and be like, nope.
No, okay, so she says not interested. But however, another one with wearing full leathers does perk up at that and say, "You can come over here." And she's got her tent perfectly set up. And you see she's got weapons all layered around her. Like, there's a sword, there's a couple of javelins. She stabbed them all, forming some sort of metal palisade around the entrance to her tent. She sits there with crossed legs and she says, "Sit opposite the palisade, please."
I do sit opposite the palisade.
And you just look at each other through javelins stabbed in the earth. And she just goes, "What can I do for you?"
I was just telling me about Artorias. I have blackmail material.
Blackmail material. What do I get out of this?
You get the knowledge that your sister is getting blackmailed into making me money?
No.
What about if you get half?
No. We stick together.
40%?
That's less than half.
Well, no shit.
No.
Well, now I'm down to 35%. I think you should really agree to this deal.
And she just peers behind you towards where Vers and Rebecca are talking, looks towards Artoria, who's like stepped out of the way, and just goes, "We don't share each other's secrets."
That is true, she does not talk about you guys at all. I thought like 5 of you were at least male.
Ha!
Because she does feel like she has a lot of testosterone. So I just naturally assumed every one of you was male.
She narrows her gaze and goes, "Testosterone? What?"
Oh, Verse taught me that. It's when someone
Ah.
grows a beard.
Ha! A beard. Could you imagine? I'd look glorious. What colour do you think it would be?
I think it would be the color of pineapples. Have you ever eaten a pineapple? I've eaten a lot of pineapples.
I reckon it'd be red, the colour of blood.
I just don't have any common ground with any of Artoria's sisters.
She kind of like leans towards the gap, the way she's built the makeshift bars, pulls a... It's like a wicked looking dagger. It's like probably about 10 inches long, nearly a short sword, and she just stabs it in the ground in front of you and she says, "You're going to need that when the time comes. It's yours."
Free dagger.
What you got to do is this. She picks it up and she says, "Go for the bit between the ribs. Here, the sternum. Push it in, twist, lift up. Straight to the heart. Instant kill." And then just shoves the dagger in your chest. And somehow produces another one out of her armour. Puts it in the sheath.
I'd usually just wait till they're injured enough that I can just slit their throats.
Wow. You're a sneaky one then.
I've only done it once.
Only once.
Well, once with multiple people, it was like a one-time thing.
Mm-hmm. At which point Artoria will appear beside you and go and just place her hand gently on your shoulder and go, "EC, it's time to go."
I have so many more sisters to hunt down.
Just trust me, it's time to go.
I feel like if I befriend all of you, I'll get a secret 9th sister.
If you behave well enough, you might even become that sister, EC.
Oh.
You know, I'd rather not. Charming family and all. I'll be in the tent of the commander drinking fruit juice if you need me.
Alright, yeah, the Baron welcomes you in and he's like, "Well, hello there, EC. Come on in."
I'll tell you all about Artoria's sisters. You won't believe what one of them said to me.
He leans back in his chair, sips on his drink. "Well, go ahead then." And okay, then but so as a group, you guys then, I'm assuming, spend the afternoon in the camp. You're not going back into the woods.
Yeah, so for today we're just waiting basically for the sisters to go scouting and for Artoria to finish her business.
I'm assuming you guys can see the bottom right. I'm assuming.
We can see the bottom
Yes.
right, yes.
Can you see the crater,
Ooh,
the underground, the platforms? Those are places you've explored already. Now, you can send the sisters out to explore and find other places if you wish, or you can just go randomly exploring yourself. Your objective is to find the Golden Sanctum, therefore the portal. This is the map with all of the locations and random things and everything that occurs in the Westwood. So far, you've headed to the crater, which is where you found the giant spider.
Mm-hmm.
The underground is those nuclear silos. And of course, you remember the platforms, the temple, and the ziggurat.
Yep.
I don't.
Easie's already forgotten, hasn't she?
Well, if we scout one direction and they scout another, we're going to cover more ground.
Okay.
That is fine with me.
So I will send the sisters to the west, like west-northwest, and we'll just go like straight north, beyond the crater.
Okay.
And it's easy
the
for them because
obstruction.
one sister has already seen the ziggurat, so they've been there.
Yes, they have.
Obviously, we are the more competent group, so we go into unexplored directions.
Okay, so Sapphire says that she'll lead the scouting party west, and she'll report back within a few days. That is later on in the evening. She says she's going to spend the night and then leave early. So
Yeah. Artoria will actually take out her communication disc
Oh, okay.
and give it to Sapphire.
Sapphire looks at it.
You can reach Vers on that.
I can.
But not for booty calls.
First shrugs.
It will mean that we can communicate with each other over vast distances.
She nods. It's a peculiar cipher, but yeah, of course, I'll keep it in mind.
You can also reach someone who lives in a giant space rock.
Ah.
Because that's where we left the third one. That one was mine, but they told me I couldn't have one because then they'd have to listen to me.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, good hunting, sister.
You too, Artoria. We'll meet back here in a few days.
Lovely.
And it's the next morning when they do head out together, bickering as they go, and leaving what looks like a few bow-legged lumberjacks in their wake.
Ah, dear.
Uh-huh. I have a feeling they're going to trace... Sapphire will probably trace the same place that you guys did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, what do we have to go on? I mean, they're just heading off in a direction. Shall we just do the same?
Yeah, we'll just head north from the crater. Travel 2 days north and then come back.
Okay. I'll let
Relay
you
what we
decide the
find.
logistics.
Because if we do that, then at least we've scouted. We'll be gone for 4 days, but we'll have scouted 2 days north, come back, relay the information, agree to meet then in 8 days, so we could go 2 days further, and build it that way until one of us finds something of interest.
Very well.
But we have a way to relay the information long distance, so we, in theory, don't have to come back at all.
It's still always nice to come back to the camp to resupply easy.
I don't really... Well, I guess I can have some fruit juice.
What do you tend to eat when we're out in the forest?
I'm
Or
gonna
whatever
go out on
you-
a limb and say fruit juice.
I actually just eat whatever you hunt when you're not looking.
Mm.
That's probably why you've been losing weight. You look fantastic.
Oh.
I skate away!
How good is my longsword proficiency at throwing?
I'll go full Spartacus and just throw the sword. Okay, so I'm assuming you guys are planning to head north.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. Great. So each hex here is 5 square miles. So it sounds like it's an easy travel because, like, you could probably travel about 4 to 5 miles in an hour, but it's thick forests, hills. It's tough going. Because if you remember, you got to the ziggurat in just under 1 day. So you can see how far you could probably travel.
Okay.
Okay, so you're heading north. The next day, the Baron says to you, if you come across Vexus, please keep him safe.
We will. And
I
I'll
don't-
let my sisters know to keep an eye out for him.
I should have done that in his voice. Well, if you find Vexus, could you please keep him safe?
Oh, I'm sure they'll keep him more than safe.
Oh, yeah, they do seem like a feisty bunch, don't they?
I don't think that Vexus is type. I don't think anything is Vexus's type.
Oh, I don't think he'll really have much choice in the matter.
He was immune to my charms, and no one is immune to my charms.
Verge, care to elaborate?
On?
Never mind. Let's just go.
Verse doesn't count.
We're only going to take one tent with us, so we'll all have to sleep in the one tent, but we'll be rotating guards, so it shouldn't be too uncomfortable.
I'm trying to open up the Numenera core book for a second. I've got the technology companion. I'm just trying to find it. Normally I open up all the PDFs before we begin, so they're all ready. But I totally forgot today because I was busy.
Well, I haven't eaten yet, so you're excused.
All
I
right.
ordered from Taco Ranch, and they're gonna be here in 12 minutes.
Nice. Okay, so it's early hours of the morning when you set off, and it's the same usual stuff that you've had before. You know, thick woodland that you expect anywhere all over the Night World. But as you after about 2 hours of travel, it begins to get thicker and thicker, like to the point when you guys are having to travel maybe a mile to the east to find a way through the walls of foliage and thick oaks that just crisscross in lattice-like protrusions. However, you do realise that the trees are climbable here. Like, it seemed the lattice work creates some sort of natural ladder. You know what I mean? Like, you could easily...
Yeah.
So it's up to you guys whether you want to stay on the ground or probably try to traverse the ground via canopy or trees. It's up to you.
I would be happy to climb.
The rest of you?
I think I'd prefer to be on the ground and... Well, I'm not sure how well Easy can skate here, and I look at all the branches and stuff that are walking across me.
I can skate on everything except here.
Yes. So you can skate up there then?
The general here.
Well, how broad does that extend?
Until I find something I can skate on. Look, Verse, let me tell you about the mastery of skating I have.
And I'll start climbing.
Okay, so...
I climb after Verse.
Before you go, Artoria will produce a rope and tie it around. Like, basically, wrap it around her as the middle.
Yep.
Tie one end to EC and one end to Vers. So she's like the anchor point in the middle.
Yep. That works.
And just so we know, along the way, sort of every 15-20 feet, Artoria is using her sword to like mark the tree.
Oh, like a way to get back, just in case you get lost.
Retrace your steps, yeah.
That was literally going to be my next question. Can you all roll I'd say intellect check, but Artoria gets it you'll get it like one step less because of the way that she's marking the trees as she's going. So it's a difficulty 3, so down to difficulty 2. Just want to make sure that you like are able to travel this area without getting lost. Yeah, Artoria's like done so well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna edge on this.
you don't want to get lost. Yeah, okay. So you realise that you're making good time now that you've climbed up, and as you're on the canopy, the boughs up here are thick, like maybe 2-3 foot thick, so you guys are easily managing to go one by one and then leap to different trees as you're travelling. And it's a peculiar sight because these parts of the trees don't get sunlight. Above you there's a thick canopy of huge leaves, huge round spade-shaped leaves that are like maybe the size of 5 men, blocking out the sunlight, leaving only slight rays coming through. And above you can hear the occasional creature like dash away from your presence. But it's weird that no sunlight gets to these boughs, but yet they're quite vivid and they're quite well grown. You see like spouts of like growth coming out of them occasionally. You see fungus and all kinds of greenery down here, even though there's no light. And occasionally, you guys notice as you step onto different trees, the tree lights up as if the capillaries and veins inside it then pass information along. You see like a blue light travel through the bough and then down the trunk into the ground. And it only flashes, what, a tenth of a second? But after doing it for hours, you guys are starting to get the hang of it. Like, as you step on it, you're like, you see the flash as it travels down. And it's sometime late into the afternoon when you break the canopy, climbing up like a bough that is broken and protrudes up through it like a spear point. And as you guys climb to the top, here, Artoria being the strongest at the top first, you can see all over the canopy. And behind you, some dozen or so miles back, you see the grey smoke of the camp. And ahead of you, you see a huge cliff face rising out of the canopy, maybe a dozen or so miles to the northwest. And above it, a statue of a man on a horse. And when I say a statue of a man on a horse, you're thinking, that's quite far away. How can you see it so clearly? That's because it's huge, like bigger than the Statue of Liberty. Huge, rises up into the sky, like, and it seems to be made out of some sort of black glass.
Is it an anatomically accurate horse?
I would say yes, but it might be like a mile long from snout to tail.
It's a big horse dick.
Fuck's sake. And the person himself holds aloft a stick of sorts of rod. It's hard to see much detail until you get closer, but he's holding some sort of baton or rod up into the sky, and that looks to be some miles up in the air.
Can I use the scope on my crossbow to like look through?
You can, yeah. All right, so as you look through, you're like aiming up. It looks like he's holding a key, but the key looks to be some length. You know, it's huge. You can see birds flying around the top of it, around the top of the head of the figure.
I will climb down and relay the information.
What do you think it means? I haven't heard of this before.
No, but I say we go and check it out. At least it's a notable reference point for our scouting.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. The richer you are, the bigger the statue you put on your grave. So maybe, really rich person buried there.
Could be.
Which means lots of money if we do some grave robbing.
Well, let's go have a look then.
Is he heading towards the statue?
Sorry, Verge, you were going to say something.
Something about maybe not robbing everyone.
But this one is dead, Vers.
Yes.
If we killed the guy like a giant monkey, we would take what the monkey has. So, this is the same thing, just we haven't killed the person who was dead before we got there.
I'll make sure to remind your relatives of this.
I don't have any.
Oh, that makes
No.
it easy.
You don't EC, do you?
No, I don't. I was about to tell your sister, there are none.
You do remember Artoria knows what you did.
Well, yeah, she knows. She just doesn't particularly care. Vers knows.
Okay, so I'm assuming the map's being revealed for you now as we go along.
Yes.
So you can see where the statue is.
Very slightly, yes.
Yeah, let's head towards it.
Yeah, I'm going to make the hexagons less white. I think it does get in the way. Colour. Maybe the opacity, turn that down.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, and you're heading that way following the canopy, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay, so can you all do me a favour and roll a d12?
a D12.
That's how I do my random encounters. You'll find out if you roll.
One means no encounter, right? Safe?
Okay,
That's
so,
what I heard.
So, Vers, you're somewhere like maybe only a few feet behind EC as you're walking along, and Altoria's in the front using a sword to cut, using like a machete. I'm assuming to just cut through the foliage and the brush in front of you as you're walking along these branches. And the branches are getting super thick here, and so you're able to maybe walk two abreast if you wanted to. But as Altoria brings her sword up and cuts down, onto one of the branches, something goes tonk, tonk, tonk in front of you. It looks like a stone at first. Very round, spherical, and then it begins to hiss. Okay,
Respirator up.
Yeah, everyone roll initiative.
I blame those.
Of course you do.
But why? Sorry, I didn't send it to the tracker.
Where's the initiative button?
Send it to the tracker and then I'll put 17 in.
You can leave the 19, it's fine.
The tracker says my food will be here in 6 minutes.
I am going to use an experience to re-roll that.
Oh, if you want.
Also, Liam, did you get your inspiration for the statue from the Genghis Khan monument, or?
No, I did not. I got
That's
it from...
where...
I'll be honest, I was searching through Pinterest and I saw it on an artwork, so... Nice. See, that's definitely made the difference there. So, Vers, as this thing begins to hiss, it begins to let out this noxious green smoke that spirals around, smothering you and EC, but not Artoria. That's initiative 20, so can you both make me a might check? Difficulty 4.
I am fantastic at might checks. Would my skill in remembering details help here?
No.
I do have a skill in sensing danger, by the way, if that helps. But I think I still.
If you had said that beforehand, and even proactively, I would have made the difficulty lower for you.
Yeah, but I still failed. I only had difficulty 2. So.
Yeah, so
feel as bad as EC.
As it begins to spray out, you do take a tiny mouthful first as you dodge away and try and get out of it. It immediately kind of makes you tired. And you feel like your head's going groggy, your vision going blurry. You move... You don't take any, might, speed, or intellect damage, but you do immediately move down the damage track to impaired.
Okay.
And EC just kind of, skates, slightly back, falls to the ground, and falls unconscious. So, Vers, it's your turn. You can't see what had stunned this.
Yeah, well, I could see it before it happened, right?
Yeah, you actually saw the spear coming through the air, and then donk, donk, donk. So you can get the idea of the direction.
Seems like something was launched at us, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I try and kick this thing back to wherever they were? I can still hear it, right?
You wouldn't be able to kick it, because you've got quite a lot of empty space to your right and left where you're on top of a branch. I mean, I'm not going to say no. I'm going to say you can try. And if you roll high, then of course you're just going to boot it back at the face of something you can't see. So...
Yeah, or just kick it away at least.
Okay, yeah. Make your choice, a speed or a might check.
I will speed for that.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difficulty? 3?
4.
7?
4.
But you're impaired, remember, so it becomes 5.
Yeah.
Does it do that automatically on the sheet or not?
Not without the scripts, it doesn't.
No.
Okay. Well, I will give it my best go.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so close!
No.
Alright, so what I'm going to say is you do manage to kick the gas away, so it's no longer in the vicinity. You kick the sphere. Mm-hmm. It cracks kind of like porcelain, like glass. And as you kick it away, it sends a buzzing core that was inside, spinning into the trees, leaving a trail of green smoke as it then tumbles down to the earth, maybe 90 feet below you. So you've got it out of the way. It will no longer continue to poison you every round, which is good. That means EC only misses 1 turn. Oh, EC, you need to be impaired as well. Sorry.
Okay.
Anything else from you, Vers? Would you like to move up to 10 feet?
No, just duck down and hope something doesn't hit my head, I think.
Alright. Artoria.
I will, flick my respirator up over my nose.
Mm-hmm.
And then move to... I'm assuming there's, Vers.
There's EC laying on a starfish, probably about 10 feet in front of you. Then about 10 feet behind that is Vers ducking for cover. And then you look around you and it's just canopies and foliage everywhere.
Well, I can move short and still take an action.
Yep. The one problem you've got is you can't see the assailant.
That's okay. I will move short to the other side of Vers
Mm-hmm.
and take the guard action.
Oh, what does the guard action do?
The guard action is...
The GM doesn't know the rules. Awesome.
It's alright. The guard action is gain advantage on defense tasks.
Yeah.
Can attempt reactive speed tests at -1 difficulty to prevent characters from getting past or taking the action they're guarding against. So basically, I'm moving up, deploying my force shield to stop anyone get past.
Yeah, so
or
anyone
attacking Vers.
Yeah. So anyone attacking Vers gets -1, basically difficulty, +1 difficulty, and you get advantage as well to defense actions. Got it. That's cool. Okay, do anything else?
No, that's me.
I'm gonna get my laundry.
Alright, so EC, you blink. Yeah, you blink your eyes open, and that's your turn. You've just woken up.
My turn is to get my laundry.
Yeah. I actually forgot that the thing goes before EC, so we'll go back. Okay, and Altoria, you see something just blurring towards you. You need to roll a defense roll. So it's difficulty 5 to begin.
Difficulty 5.
4 because of the guard action.
Yeah. Difficulty 3 because I'm skilled in defense.
Yeah, and difficulty 2 because of the shield.
And difficulty 2 because of the shield. And I'm going to spend some effort and make it difficulty 1.
Alright. Nice. There's still a failure chance.
Yeah. 2 assets. Effort. Nope.
What do you mean no?
Succeed.
Oh, okay, yeah. So at that moment, you bring your shield up as you see it coming, and an arrow just goes ting into the shield. And the arrow, you take a quick glance, doesn't look primitive. It looks military grade. You know, like something that an army would use, a composite bow and arrow, and it's tough. You look up at your shield, your force shield, and the tiniest millimeter of the point got through, giving you the rise to think that they are piercing arrows. They go through armor. Yep.
Yep.
And then you hear like a deep kind of like Darth Vader like breathing, and then up ahead you see the trees rustle slightly and rustle again behind you as you peer around. You're like, how the hell? All right, so then suddenly you'll hear a hissing again, and something goes, and you see a black sphere come sliding towards you guys through the air again. And as it comes flying towards you guys, lands in front of EC again, who's like starfished on the floor. However, it looks like it's not activated at the moment. In fact, I need to roll that because I didn't roll for it. Okay, cool. Yep.
Blows up on their hand.
No. That I forgot to roll for the level of it. That's all. So Vers, your turn.
Okay, so I would like to pick this thing up and just throw it away.
Alright, cool. So you run towards it. As you get towards it, you feel heat emanating from it immediately. So, like kind of like the egg, but not as powerful.
Okay. Yeah, I was just like trying and do it quickly so I don't burn myself.
Okay, so you do it quickly, but touching it is going to cause you a burn. So
Okay.
you grab it, and even if you kick it or throw it, you immediately take 3 damage to your might pool, but you throw it over before, and that I'll just go cinematic here. You hear it go, and then below you there's an explosion of fire. Like,
All good.
yeah,
And then for flavor, I'll get out my never melting ice cube and put it on my burn.
yeah. But you did hear before that thing approached you, like a hollow thunk, like a like a clunk of a machine or something. All right, is there anything else first?
Victoria, what do we do? There's just a lot of stuff happening.
Move.
What's happening?
Move.
Where to?
That way.
And I'll move that way.
All right.
If I have any movement left.
Yeah, you just so you know, on the random encounter, you rolled the worst you could have. All right, so Altoria, you see Vers is like dashing towards the way you pointed.
Yeah.
And you did hear and see the trees rustling behind you, but the sphere came from that way. So you feel like you might have a target right there and right there, like they flanked you.
I'm just going to move to where EC's lying and take the guard action again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Nice.
sort of standing like braced so she can get up and move away.
Can you make a speed roll then? Because that person's going to fire another bolt towards you. Are you using any effort?
No, I'm just going to use
difficulty 2 then.
Yeah.
You feel like this bolt that's been fired was also... Yeah, you feel like this bolt itself was going towards EC, not you, because you had to let him duck and put your shield down near your shins to block it, and as you bring it up, this one ricochets off, and then you hear a kind of that Darth Vader like breathing again.
Artoria will just go.
Okay, all right. So EC, it's your turn. You're awake.
Did I get the feeling from Artoria that we're skedaddling?
Yeah, you saw Vers run past you.
So Anthony Hawk Pro Skaters 3.
No decent stunt starts with that line, Adrian.
There is a level in which you can grind on tree branches.
There he is.
Now, we're on a tree.
It's a very thick tree.
Yeah, so I'm gonna grind on a really... Well, I guess I'm just skating normally on a thick tree then.
Yeah.
And I'm skedaddling away, and I'm gonna do a sick flip.
Alright.
And land on a branch they can't land on.
Right, can you make a speed check, difficulty 2?
A sick flip is only difficulty 2?
Well, this is just in general to, like, slide off down the branch, get away. I'll say you do a sick kind of, like, half flip. Yeah? So you manage to slide off up the bow, actually passing Vers as you're going. Like, as you skate past him, there's a slight ramp, and you then you burst through the foliage, like the thick foliage that Artoria was cutting through. You just kind of hit it like a wall, and then you just begin pushing through slowly, like flailing through it.
Does this take my action?
Yes, if you wanted to go far.
I do want to go very far away from
take
the...
your action, yeah. The
far.
reason I asked for the speed check as well is because it's like the run action, you know, it takes speed 2 or you fall. So you've managed to get quite far, I'd say about 70 feet.
That's far, yes.
Okay.
I hate to rain on your parade, but you can only go 20 feet. Or 25, 20 feet.
But I'm on skates.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
no,
you can only go 20 feet because I'm the rope. I'm the center of the rope.
Oh, for fuck's
So you
sake.
can both only go
yeah.
20 feet.
Whoops.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I have to be honest about it. I can't hide that fact.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Well, I guess I didn't spend my action running away then because I couldn't get that far.
We can go
Well, you'd
retroactive
still-
if you want.
Yeah.
Retroactively, I would like to... do I feel like what got me was a disease or something?
You feel like your lungs are burning and you've got double vision. It feels like some sort of like toxin.
Okay, and it looks like Vers is still affected by it as well, right?
Yeah, you can see the visible signs, the trembling, the kind of looking off into distant, the shaking eyes.
Yeah, I'm gonna cure Vers of that. I'm gonna spend 3 intellect points to attempt to cure Vers's malady. What difficulty is the illness?
3.
3. I'm gonna edge on this.
Nice. Right, so Vers, you're no longer impaired. It moves back up as
nice.
EC kills you. I'm assuming this is like some sort of class ability, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like our healer ability.
Alright, cool. That works.
But then I had my turn.
Alright, so at 20, you hear that follow donk sound again, and another blue, well, it's not blue this time, a blue sphere comes flying towards the group, this time aimed at Artoria. It doesn't go for Artoria, it just lands on the branch right next to you. One moment. Alright, cool. Vers, it's your turn.
Well, I would like to try and skedaddle once I can.
Okay. Yeah, like you can get 20 feet because you're tied to Artoria, but kind of everything's related to Artoria. She's the linchpin at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's going to hold me back a little bit. Like, how far is it? Is it still all the way down to the ground? Still 70 feet? Is that right?
It's about 90 feet down to the ground.
I don't want you to break your skull.
Yes, that is preferable indeed. Well,
Because the last time you motherfuckers went climbing, I nearly dislocated both my arms trying to hold you fuckers in place.
yeah, I'll just take the dodge action, I guess, or the defense action too.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Well, you could hold your action until I move, and then you can move.
Yeah, I'm happy to let you drag me if it gets to that point. Until then, I'll try and stay safe.
All right.
So I'll move 20 feet and then, or move. What is it? Short distance that I can do?
10 feet.
10 feet.
Yeah, 10 feet. Sorry. So I'll move 10 feet and then dodge.
All right. Artoria.
I will move to the other two and again take the guard action.
Oh, you see, this is like a centipede just moving very slowly away. Right. Anything else? No, I'm assuming that's it.
Nope, that's it.
Right. Vers, can you make a speed defense roll? Difficulty 5.
Doubt it.
Well, it's difficulty 3. You get -1 for your dodge and -1 for my guard.
Yep, that's it. You are correct. So difficulty 3.
All
Nice.
right.
At that
Would've made
moment,
it five,
a bolt skitters past you, hits the branch but shatters, and leaving the point like buzzing there. It's like
Not
half
nice,
of a shaft.
no. Not nice.
You hear that breathing again. Right, so it's EC's turn, but he's not here to play EC. Right. He's just disappeared. So, I feel like he might do something that will change the combat, so we'll just give him a second to get back.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind.
I love how you guys are useless against the stealth enemy.
Well, there's 2 of them.
We're useless against an enemy if Artoria isn't killing them, so...
I've switched into alternate mode, which is tank mode, which means they have to run out of arrows eventually.
I guess.
I've got a fucking hell of a might pool to keep up with my defense.
You do. Come back, Adrian!
Tier 3 gets even stupider with glaive, because then you can take like expertise in defense.
You can, yeah.
Yep. And then it's like, you're difficulty 4. Me.
Yep.
Get out of my way, peasant.
Right, Adrian, it's your turn. It's EC's go.
You know when children stand behind you and you can't really see them, and then they do a thing where they lean against your back? I'm doing that with Victoria.
Is there anything else that you are doing though, like game-wise?
No, I think that's the most effective I can be right now.
Okay, right, fair enough. So, on number 20, that blue sphere that you guys saw land next to Artoria, it goes bang, as you'd expect, but not in a fiery explosion. It does send out what looks like, after a blue flash, a dozen or so blue needles, that then kind of like just rain all around you. So I need everyone to make speed defense rolls. Difficulty 5.
Since I'm blocking half of it with Artoria's body, am I better at this?
What?
Well, I'm standing behind her and using her as a human shield. So.
No, I was just saying, the paper was like...
Oh, I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay, yeah, so I'll say you get the benefits of the guard action, EC, so it's difficulty 4.
Yeah, and for me it's also 4,
There we
right?
go.
Because I'm taking the dodge
Yep,
action.
yep, you are.
It's difficulty 3 for you, because you also benefit from my guard, because you're
Yeah.
behind me.
Okay. Well, I still fail anyway, because
Yeah.
I would have made it difficulty 2.
So-
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm edging on this.
Okay.
Oh no, I can't edge, it's speed. Well, I'm just rolling. Fuck me.
Okay, so like literally dozens of these needles spray up towards you. Artori brings her shield up, weathers the blow, but Artori, you look behind you, look to your left. You see Vers has one in his knees and one in his arm. EC has one in her cheek, like the scene from Shaun of the Dead, the dart in her cheek, and she also has 3 across her arms. So that's a total of Vers takes 4 damage to his might pool, and so does EC. And then you hear the hollow funk again as another sphere comes flying through the foliage from the same direction that you've been seeing every time. This time it's black and humming as it flies through the air, leaving a shadow. And it lands donk 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 next to Vers.
Artoria?
Mm-hmm.
Help?
Just pick it up and throw it away.
Okay, I'll try.
Alright, so Vers, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'll try and pick it up and throw it away.
Alright, so you run towards it. This one isn't hot, like the last one, but you do feel a sense of unease as you approach it. Can you make a intellect check? It's a kind of like an intellect defense. So,
will my sensing danger help again?
I'll give you a difficulty 4.
Okay. But that's the base, or?
No, it was difficulty 5.
Okay, just tell me that because that's easier to set up.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's a difficulty 5 enemy, so... No, it's level 5. I've rolled for the level, as you can see.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so... That's what I meant.
I will edge on this. Or extend some effort, sorry.
They're bound to get fucked off. They're wasting so much advanced
Wow.
supplies.
Wow. Okay, so as you approach it, you manage to grab it, and everyone sees Vers disappear momentarily, like as if he just vanishes. He just blinks out of existence and then reappears. Vers, I've got to whisper you something.
Okay. Should be interesting.
Is the rope attached to him?
Yeah, still.
Yeah, that's alright.
I'm not sure I follow you.
Okay, so... Okay, let me try and explain this a little bit, though.
Chris, could you be a darling and move your microphone a little bit? Thank you. I think I might understand what you mean, but I just want to be sure that I'm going to react to it the right way.
Okay, I'm trying to explain it without...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And there's just a loud humming all around you. So, Artoria, you see that Vers is looking rather still, like he's not moving. He's just... Like, he's got his hands on the orb, and he's just staring at it. You can't see his face, you can only see his back. It is your turn.
I'm going to assume, with Artoria's level of intelligence logic, that if I grab a hold of the rope and pull really fucking hard, drop it.
If you pull really hard, it will just grab, like, just drag him, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thought is when somebody's like that, and you pull really hard on the rope and they suddenly drop it and go, whoa.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so you just yank him.
Yeah.
Alright, so whoever it is tries to resist. Can you make a bite check? The person snaps round with unearthly speed, grabs the rope.
Vers does?
Yeah.
Oh, motherfucker. What difficulty is it?
1 moment.
8 billion.
Not high. I just realised how weak versus. Difficulty 2.
Yeah.
What's your strength pool like?
8?
Oh, I also have 8.
Alright, so you yank Vers towards you, and as he spins, turning to face you, you just see a creature with no face, no nothing, no features, just slump and just look at you. And then as it goes to, like, say something, like a membrane that covers what used to be the mouth, just stretches as you hear...
And going to proceed to move 20 feet with Verge being dragged.
Okay.
To get away from it.
EC, can you make a speed check, please?
Is this an attack?
It is.
I'm going to spend my last experience. That motherfucker's weapon breaks.
Ah, come on.
Nope. Glaive intrusion.
Okay.
Break your weapon, you son of a bitch.
Is there anything else on that says is that it?
It's just broken.
It's just broken. Surely
He breaks
not.
His weapon. He breaks his weapon because it's designed for like somebody fighting you with a sword, but I assume it works for a crossbow as well.
You take a look at it. Community defender, flee foot skill. Where is the ability?
It's in glaive.
Okay, yeah. So you spend the experience, and everyone hears a twang, ricochet through the forest. Right.
Just waiting for that mother.
Yeah, and then you do see something leap from the far branch and land in front of the black orb, behind the black orb. Sorry, but they're shimmery, almost translucent, chameleon-like.
It's the motherfucking predator.
EC, it's your turn.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be that guy on the bridge that's like, I'll fight it.
Yeah, okay. But EC, you can see the outline of this thing shifting in and out of visibility.
Have they made any noises, like have they said words?
Yeah, no, they sound like heavy breathing. Like I explained, like Darth Vader heavy breathing.
I would like to spend 2 intellect points.
Yep.
To use Calm Stranger, whereas I talk so much at a creature that they don't do anything as long as I talk to them.
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that on Verse.
Oh, okay.
So he's easier to pull along. I need a common language with them, and Easy does not speak Grunt.
It remains calm as long as you focus all your attention on it. Nice, and it's not attacked. Oh, so it's not attacked or always threatened. Right, so yeah,
the question is does pulling threaten it? Of course, in which case that does not.
No, I think he's back to being Corpus Mentis again. Now
Right.
that he's away from the orb.
Yeah, so
is that?
You've
Does he have a face?
He does not. We'll get to that in a second.
Well, I have to make a check before I actually calm him, right? What intellect level is Verse? What difficulty?
Oh,
is
that's where it gets. So it gets different. Difficulty.
It works, man.
Difficulty
Goal is
6.
22, so.
Yeah, difficulty 6.
Well, I am trained in persuasion and public speaking, so
Difficulty 5.
Yeah. I'm gonna edge on this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just to say, I just have no luck today.
The thing that was once Verse goes.
I continue my strategy of just being as far away from everything as it possibly can be with a rope attached to me.
All right. Anything else? I'm assuming that's it. All right, so Verse, at that moment, you feel like your being is being stretched infinitely. You hear sounds like a window pane cracking and then smashing, and everyone sees the black orb irradiate this black smog into about a 10-foot spherical ball, and then you see Verse appear on the floor, twitching slightly. So Verse, you take. Oh, did I roll it already? No, I did not. So Verse, you take 3 damage to your intellect, Paul, and whatever creature is left behind on that rope then suddenly starts thrashing and screaming.
I sure wish I had succeeded on calming that one.
Mm-hmm. So Verse, you are now currently directly in front of this shimmering like creature. You can see the outline of blades, like claws or something in its hand. Mm-hmm. And in front of you, you see what was once you dressed in everything that you are wearing. None of your equipment, no, none of your ciphers or your artifacts. You look just like you now, still the same, except now there's a duplicate of you that's screaming and thrashing.
I hate it
Yes.
when that happens.
This is worrying. And now we'll use Onslaught from the staff.
Okay, at which one?
At the shimmering creature that's assailing us.
Oh, yes. All right. It's an intellect attack, isn't it? So.
Do you do it screaming, there can only be one?
No. Yeah, it's you attack a foe using energies that still either his physical form or his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, blah, blah. And it can either do 2 points of intellect damage or just 4 points of damage. I'm just doing 4 points of damage.
Okay, okay. Alright. The staff doesn't suddenly shut down in your hands.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You still need to roll a hit with it.
Do I? I'm spending an intellect point just to cast it like this.
Yeah, it just does 4 damage, I think.
No, I have to spend. I have to do actions with all my shit, and that costs me intellect points.
Yeah, it's basically the onslaught ability that the what's it called has the other class. You spend the intellect ability, and you still have to roll to hit it.
Oh, really? Okay. That
Yeah.
makes it really...
The way I understand it, there's like nothing in Numenera that does not require.
Yeah.
Well, my staff normally, which does 3 damage, doesn't cost anything, so that's why I was wondering. Okay, so what's the difficulty?
You difficulty 4.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
So let's
Okay.
go for major effect.
Oh, what's the major effect?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, Numenera cheat
Or,
sheet.
you can choose to. Let me see, I had it in front of me. You can knock it down, disarm it, stun it, or impair it.
is that like global options,
Yeah,
or are there specific ones?
they're the majority ones.
Yeah, no, I get that. But is there specific ones as well that are linked?
Yeah.
to
There's a cheat sheet. Would you like me to link it?
Yes, please.
Uno momento while I find it.
I've got it here.
Could you send it through the Discord, maybe? If not,
Yeah, I
I'll
have it
just
open.
send the link. Yeah, okay, yeah, there is quite cool. So yeah, knock down, disarm, stun, or impair. Impair is amazing. Literally just drops the guy down on a damage track without having to actually hit one of his pulls.
I'm just trying to see what's okay. There it is. I think stun would be pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you think so.
Yeah, I'll stun it.
Alrighty.
Do 4 damage and stun it.
Yeah, so bang, the staff lets off and the thing comes off of its feet, lands on the ground, and at that moment you see an electrical spark run through its body as the stealth cloak deactivates, revealing what looks like this large, tall, gangly humanoid with like a ghillie outfit, just like stuck to all of its body, and that's all it's got. You can see bare bits of blue flesh, and its face is a mess of tattered leather and masks that are tied and stitched together. You see it's got hair, but its hair is tangled and pulled back into a single dread-like appendage that ends in a barb. Its eyes are kind of like a slight glowing amber, like a light bulb flickering out, in and out. Right, so Vers, well done.
Yeah, and then I'll move 10 feet towards Freya.
Right, Artur, it's your turn.
Oh, I'm just going to move into melee range with a stun thing.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, you hit. You get to
Okay.
roll to see if you crit, I think.
Yeah. I don't have to put anything into it, so I'm just going to roll a d20.
Alright, go ahead.
That's an 18, which is a minor effect.
It is a minor effect.
And the minor effect, I would like just read them. Oh, I'm going to choose to ignore armor.
It's a good choice.
And you are going to take 11, 14 points of damage.
Are you joking? That's ridiculous.
Nope, that is with my glaive or my class feature, which is quick death.
Yeah.
When I hit, I can deal 4 points of additional damage. My base damage is 7. And when I also score a minor effect, my class lets me apply poison, which does +4 damage.
Right, so basically, let me put it this way. Vers actually did 1 damage because of the armor, but you decided to ignore armor. It's got 15 health, you just 15 and 1, which... So you bring your sword up, just shove it straight through his chest, twist it.
I'm helping.
Yeah,
like proper Braveheart style, in through the other side of the tree, and then twist it a bit. You're like, fucking die, you stupid fucking shooting motherfucker.
Okay, so as you kill it, and you turn to your right, expecting the other target to hit you, for some long seconds, nothing happens, and then you hear a kind of, ooh. And that's it. Combat over.
I am going to wind his pin to the tree, loot his body.
Okay, so this creature itself is fucked up looking when you start taking the time to move around. Vers, I think you have some sort of speciality in this. Let me take a quick look at your character sheet.
Look at Mr. Not Grave Robbing has a speciality in it.
No, there's where you can see into the other realm, right?
Yeah, I have that by default.
Yeah, this creature seems to be some sort of demon spirit type of creature, and the moment you get closer to it, you can see that its body's covered in runes, like tattoos that are just sharp edged runes, and they're angular. Nothing's circular on these tattoos. They're all squares and lines that just seem to lead to nowhere. Like he's got a maze tattooed on his flesh.
That's pretty cool.
This is certainly fascinating. I don't think this is from around here.
You don't say, Vers.
How do you know? Maybe they just live on trees. Maybe they have a big tree house.
And I'll just look at EC, not respond, look back at Arturia and say, perhaps these are coming from somewhere nearby, but I don't believe this is their natural habitat.
Well, this one tried to kill us, so I would like to take its shit.
Okay, so can you do me a favor? Make an intellect check.
I would like to also check for laundry.
Yeah,
Help me.
It's a search, so it's just intellect.
Yeah, I'll help and I'll see what I can find.
Alrighty.
What difficulty is it?
It's going to be 3.
I have literally nothing to help. This should be
13. 2 13s. The unlucky number.
Yeah, I'm always setting it up not the way that you're saying it, but the way that the sheet wants it to be. So I beat it by 3 difficulty tiers.
You did?
Yeah.
Right, so first thing you notice, both of you, is it has a nice pair of goggles.
Oh, wait.
Do I have any idea what they do?
You do not, unless you have time to sit there, examine them, play around with them.
We can do that.
Yeah, no, that's at a different time, yeah.
I'm just adding it as a handout. So you're going to sit there and spend the time looking for that, yeah?
No, we're going to take the stuff and move on.
And look through it later, yeah.
Alrighty. Also, on its body, it's got probably about 20 shins. Yeah, it's got 20 shins, but they're bits and bobs that this creature's obviously picked up as he's wandered through the forest.
Do you want to put those in party loot or something?
Yeah.
Oh, can you do me a favour and roll me a d6 Arturia?
Yeah. 5.
Oh my god, well played. Okay, so you get 5 experience to split up between the party.
Ooh.
You feel like you found something particularly powerful.
Mm.
Yeah,
Go
when,
for... How
when-
close
we,
are you to level up, Arna?
I'm on 4 at the moment.
Aye, so you can go up a tier. I wonder how far away Adrian is.
I mean, I've gone up a tier.
Oh no, I mean,
Just-
like, an advancement, because it's 4 experience gives you an advancement.
Yeah.
So I could give you 1, that gives you 1 for safety for denying that. Or denying something. And we'll see how far away Adrian is.
Yeah, I think you should take 2 anyway, since you... or at least 2, since you spent some XP as well.
Yeah.
okay, so
So if I take 2, you take 1, give Adrian 2, depending on how many he has.
That's fine.
So Adrian's on tier 2. He's only
Yeah.
taken 1 advancement, skill, skating, as I can see,
Mhm.
and he has 3 experience. So
So he's
Yeah.
1 behind me. Okay.
Give him 2 then, and that puts you on 5, Adrian on 5, and me back on 2.
Yep, that's cool.
all right, so well, I've done it for him, but when he comes back, we'll let him know that he's got
Yeah.
now got enough experience to tier up. All right, so well played. Although Artoria is you also find a quiver of bolts or a crossbow.
Yep.
They are armor piercing. There are. Can you do me a favor and roll 3d6?
Yeah. 2 seconds. Piercing. Cool.
Also, question: is the cloak salvageable at all?
The cloak. No, it's not salvageable. It looked like to you, Verse, as you're trying to like explore. It looks like whatever tattoos and runes it is there. What did it? Nothing to do with an actual suit. So there are 12 armor-piercing arrows, Artoria, and they ignore 2 points of armor when they fire. Yeah, Verse, you're particularly fascinated as you begin to search his body by the tattoos. They don't seem to just be normal tattoos. They literally form a circuit, and the maze just seems to like take you in. You seem to follow in the lines and stuff. And as you roll him over, and Artoria moves the quiver on his back, all the lines of this maze converge to what looks like a red circle, like a scar on his back.
Okay.
If you want to study it, Verge, I can take him with us.
I do think it would be worth studying. Yes.
No worries, and Artoria will just like up and over.
Nice. All right, so you carry the body. Also, EC, now that you're back, I've added 2 experience to your character sheet.
Oh, that's nice. That means I'll level up.
Yep, I thought it would be, because basically they found a pair of goggles on the creature that is obviously an artifact, and that gives experience between the party.
Oh, that's
And I rolled
fantastic.
5.
I love succeeding on stuff I'm not involved in.
They were discussing who's got the least experience and stuff like that, and they decided to gift you with 2.
I do not have the least experience. I never spend it on anything.
Oh, I checked your tier up, and you've only got one advancement on tier 2.
Yeah, it's the same as me.
How much does Versa have?
Same.
Oh,
I'm one XP ahead of you.
Yeah.
I was. Now we're equal.
Now you both have 5, and I have 2.
We'll get you there with GM intrusions.
Alright, so I haven't used any today. I haven't
We
needed
didn't
to.
have to. We're fucking up.
We did it ourselves.
Yeah, so Artoria, you've got this creature on your shoulder. He weighs about 150 pounds. He's really gangly, but the equipment that he has on him, all the levers, they seem to weigh a lot more, and they're like really dragging you down.
I'm just gonna strip that shit off. Just fucking get rid of it.
Alright, and
I'm
but
just-
yeah, as you're walking along, Verse seems to be you seem to be really distracted by the maze on his back. You just keep looking and glancing.
Verge, eyes forward.
Why? Isn't that where you're looking?
No, I'm concentrating on keeping you 2 from falling off, holding onto this body, grounding my weight and balancing to make sure that I don't slip. I need you to use those beady little eyes of yours to look for enemies.
I was looking to the left. You can look to the right or back or forward, Verse. We
Please
still have...
check every direction and don't let her do it.
Okay.
I think carrying dead bodies around is a good look for you, Artoria. I think it's very, empowering. Bad time to talk about fashion? I think if Verse wants to get together with your sister, we need to get him another one of those feather heads.
Strength. What level of might check would it be to stabilize if I just pushed EC off the branch?
A lot.
Well, that wouldn't do anything to you because you were tied on a rope. So
Yeah, but
Most
it would I could walk and you could just like dangle.
but can Verse do it?
I don't need to.
He doesn't need to because I'm the
Oh.
anchor point in the middle.
Oh, okay, sure. I'm in.
No, I won't. I'll just keep walking. Because then Liam will GM intrusion, the rope will snap, and he'll be dead.
I'm not that mean.
Well,
EC is a curse that keeps on giving. She won't die.
Let's just go to the giant horseman or find somewhere we can like camp out for the night.
Alright, so it is late afternoon as you begin heading on, and the lattice work of these trees begins to thin out, and you realise that you guys are actually doing quite a lot of leaping between boughs now, whereas previously you hadn't done for a few hours. And eventually the trees begin to thin out and become smaller compared to the trees that you were currently travelling through.
Let's just climb down.
You've passed the lattice work forest, and I'm assuming you guys would like to get down at some point, so...
Yeah.
yeah.
You find a suitable tree that seems to be quite denuded and snapped, creating some sort of spiralling ladder to climb down. It's not that difficult, and as you reach the bottom, you see that this area has a ton of these flying creatures that light up as they fly overhead. There's like a million of these tiny little creatures lighting up in different colours above your head as the evening sun begins to set and blazes and daggers of light come shining through the canopy. And around you, you guys see that it's quite sparse here. Quite a good camping ground if you wanted to stay here. And nearby you can hear the slight burbling of the river, of like a river or a stream. And when you find it, you see the stream is filled to the brim with these motes of light, like the ones in the canopy above you, above your head. Like little galaxies just floating by in the stream.
I say we camp by the stream.
I said we go fishing
Well,
to
you
deepen our bonds of friendship.
You do that.
Can't
Set
deepen.
camp up.
You can't deepen bonds of friendship alone. Verse, let's go fishing.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't expect you to say yes. I don't know what to do now that I'm here.
Artoria will just start setting up camp.
Alright, yeah. So setting up camp is quick and easy, and the ground here is soft. It's like the grass itself is pillowy, like very soft. And as you begin setting up the tent, you feel like you're gonna have a really good night's sleep here.
I'm
That's very
instantly
suspicious.
perturbed. I want to move the campsite.
What? I didn't.
Fuck you, Liam.
You can't
You're
say
paranoid.
that instantly makes this suspicious.
I don't know why it's suspicious. You feel genuinely very great in yourself as you begin to make this tent.
Nice things never happen to adventurers. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't even have a reason to leave without metagaming. Fuck you, Liam.
I didn't do anything. It's not that suspicious. It's a very nice glade filled with floating lights and moats, and a river that's filled with tiny little galaxies flying by. The grass is very pillowy. It's like laying on a nice,
Okay,
rich quilt.
if you had like building markings on this map, the building marking for very nice glade would be a skull. It would be a skull, Liam.
It would not be a skull.
Okay,
Lies.
so with all the ingenuity of a 20-something that has never done manual labor in her entire life, Easy is gonna construct a fishing rod out of a very large stick and vines.
Okay. So, can you make an intellect roll? It's craft. So as you head slightly away from the camp to find the perfect stick, you find the perfect bough. It's bendy, and as you begin, like, flinging it about, it's got the right... Pardon me, got the right weight to it.
What difficulty is this?
Difficulty 3 at the moment.
I can do that. I'm actually gonna edge. I'm gonna edge for this fishing rod.
Go ahead.
Oh, look at that! It is the best fucking fishing
Oh
rod.
my god! So as you go to make it, you feel like you get some sort of divine help, because these lights descend upon you as you are making the rod, and they filter all over your body, and then land upon the rod. And when they land upon the rod, they glow briefly in like a rainbow-esque ink splodge all along it. And then suddenly, when they disappear, you feel like you've created the perfect fishing rod. And then you go, wait a minute, it's even got a string on the end, as if these things, these creatures that landed on it knew your will.
I'm gonna add the perfect fishing rod to my equipment.
Yeah, dude. Also, can you do me a favour and roll a d6?
Oh, that's amazing.
Cool. You've now got a level 4 artifact fishing rod.
Arne's gonna be so mad when he gets back.
Why is he gonna be mad?
I don't know. This just seems like...
What you notice as well, EC, is that these little things seem to be attached to your body and your cloak and everywhere, and your hair.
Do I feel pretty?
You feel happy.
Yeah, this is definitely a killing play. This thing is, yeah.
Fuck's sake. No, it's not.
Okay, I added
on you.
I added the perfect fishing rod to my equipment, and the description is, "Easy built this thing out of sticks and shit, yo."
If you wrote down as level 4.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I would like to use my perfect fishing rod to fish.
Alright, so you walk towards the stream. And you cast out, I'm assuming.
Yeah, does this thing deplete? Or
Yeah,
is
so I was literally just about to ask you, can you make a d20 roll, please?
So, okay. You didn't make me roll last time I used my egg. I didn't want to point it out because I put the egg in the commission. It would be very frustrating if it depleted.
Alright, so... Alright, anyone want to explain this to Arne before you cast out the fishing rod, or shall I?
Okay, Arne, Easy started building a fishing rod out of sticks and vines. And I rolled a 20. So now I have an artifact fishing rod that has been augmented by river spirits.
Alright. It's a stick, yeah?
No, genuinely, they flew down and imbued it, and it's become an artifact.
Alright.
Which has not depleted because 18s don't deplete.
Yep, so you've thrown the rod out, and the string is like an ethereal spider web. And as it hits the water, it just splays out all along its surface, reaches in, and you see what look like these tiny little creatures running and spinning the web underneath the water. And as you begin to reel the rod back in, yes, suddenly there is a reel, and pull it back, you seem to have caught in front of you a dozen or so galaxies that just float and orbit around inside the net. And within a second, there's a glowing sensation and a warm sensation coming from it. And they merge, and there's a violent kind of glowing supernova. And at that moment, a carp falls to the ground, flapping about on the ground. And it's got this beautiful pearlescent scale structure. And inside those scale structures, you can see tons and tons of stars and darkness split with veins of galaxies and creation. And the carp just kind of then stops moving, and its eyes stop blinking. It's probably about 2 foot long, the carp. Quite thick and meaty.
So Easy, after being away for a while from Atoria, just skips back to town and just screams, "I fished a space carp! I fished a space carp!"
Seeing the look on Artoria's face, I'm like, she actually did.
she so cold, just so normal. She actually did.
Well, have fun eating that, EC. I'm gonna eat some rations.
Okay.
I would like to skillfully prepare space carp on a frying pan.
Alright, that sounds good to me.
I'll try and help in doing so.
Okie dokie. So you begin...
I feel such a majestic creature shouldn't go to waste.
Yeah, this does seem like something Verse would eat.
Yeah, so you guys begin consuming and cooking, the space carp, and it lets out a smell that's very strange. At first, it's kind of irony, kind of that burning iron in a furnace smell, and then it switches to kind of like a suckling pork kind of smell, and then switches to the usual fish. But it's so succulent and smelling that you just want to eat it now. Are you both consuming it?
Yes.
Alright, one moment.
Skull on the map, I knew it.
What? What was that?
Space Cup is gonna kill us all.
Space Cup. Okay, can you both roll me D10,000s?
I would love to.
Wow, that's a high one. That's a low one.
Why you gotta be like that? That's like...
Okay. One moment. Just reading this up.
You know, Anna, I can now combine my 2 artifacts into a burning egg fishing rod.
Didn't you use up the egg?
No, it is not depleted.
Oh, okay.
And imagine if you use a burning egg and put it into a river and just wait till all of the fish die of heat exposure. It is brilliant.
Yes, you've successfully made a goblin fishing rod.
Okay, so everyone sees Vers immediately after the first bite fall back into what looks like a weird reverie. I've whispered it to you.
That is quite a sight to behold.
Oh no! I typed all of that out and it didn't send it. There you go.
I love that you went, oh no, before you sent me something. Like,
No, yours is actually really good.
oh, I do like good things.
Yeah, it's very simple.
Oh, just accumulating that XP.
So you see that Isi just eyes go wide, and then she goes, "I know." That's all. That's it.
And Isi never knows, but now she does.
I'm really hoping that she learned Kung Fu.
Oh, Vers, I forgot to tell you. This is what this gives you as well. Vers.
Isi is very weak. Unless she's in a factory producing vases, she's not allowed to break. She wants no trouble.
Okay.
So that applies to dodging them if you can.
Can I ever?
Who knows? But you got it.
Artoria realizes that they're both
High as fuck.
incapacitated
Yep.
and like scoops them up like children and just puts them in the bed, pulls the blanket up over them, and proceeds to sit outside.
One thing you do notice is in Vers's eyes as you pick him up because they're still open. You see what looks like exploding stars inside his pupils.
She'll just like,
It's funny because I was going to say the exact same thing now.
Yeah.
like, no.
No.
They just slowly slide open again after you do.
She'll just put him in bed and like put his blanket up around him.
Mm-hmm.
Isi is
Yeah,
strange.
He doesn't resist.
Isi is strangely quiet, but before you leave, she just says, "Space Cup."
And they do kind of leave most of their meals as they gone to bed. And Artoria, as you put them to bed and they're like drifting off from this very healthy meal, you turn towards the fire, and this fire is this brilliant glittering bonfire that there currently wasn't. You didn't hear it whoosh, you didn't hear it like expand, and as you turn, you see what looks like Space Cup spirit float off into the sky and join the lights above you. Because it's very weird in here. Like, even though darkness has descended, the lights above, all the like millions of these little motes, just keep the place lit up like a disco.
Artoria's going to test the fish for poison.
Does that mean?
No, like stab it a little bit with a knife.
Okay, the fish just lets out some succulent juices.
No, I have responsibilities of keeping watch, but I'm going to keep this until I wake one of them motherfuckers up.
Okay, so EC and Vers are sleeping. What about you, Artoria? Are you just going to keep watch?
Yeah, I'm going to keep watch.
Alright, so you notice after about an hour that the fish that you wanted to keep hold of begins to deteriorate into motes of light.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of like just joins the river above you. The river of light snaking away. And you notice as it gets darker here, it becomes more like a river above you, rather than just a mass of little moats. They all seem to join together to form this, like the Northern Lights, but imagine kind of like multicolored.
And Artoria will just kick back with a little whiskey against beside the fire, keeping an eye out, but obviously relaxing.
Yeah. Okay. So let me load that. And when you fall back into the nice, plush, and fluffy grass, you fall asleep, Artoria, and you all gain a perfect night's rest. It's so perfect, indeed, that you... One moment, let me take a look at your character sheets first, before I do this. No, I won't be doing that. Never mind. Yeah, it's just a perfect night's rest. I looked at it and just realised no.
I still don't trust the nice camping ground.
Yeah, but when you wake up, the motes of light have separated from what they were last night, and they're now more distant from one another. Clicky, 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 clicky.
Sorry.
You two have a nice rest.
You can see that as I wake up, my mind's still off, but I'm at least like conscious now. So it's so many. There were so many. They were so big.
Well, not to be. You know what? Fuck it. I dragged that motherfucking corpse all the way through those trees, and you got stoned out of your head, and it's been sitting there all night.
Yeah, it doesn't look too healthy.
I'll have a look at it. Don't worry. Thank you.
Did you have a space fish snack, Artoria?
No, I didn't, because you two did, and I thought if I did, then nobody would be up to watch the camp all night. So I am going to go get a wash in the stream and to bed.
That's fair enough. I'll watch you sleep. People have once told me that when I tell them stories while they're asleep, they sleep better than ever before. I have this brilliant story. It's about me and my dad going fishing.
I don't think that's what's meant when people say keep watch, easy.
And Arturia just picks up her stuff and goes to the stream to get a wash.
Guess I'll just watch Vers dissect corpses.
Adrian, you've used the anchor stone, haven't you?
I have used the anchor stone.
I wanted to delete it from the ciphers, but the edit button doesn't seem to be working. So
I don't have it in my ciphers.
it was in like a note. Never mind. In the morning, Vers, did you want to take a look at the goggles?
First at the body, because that will deteriorate. The girls won't.
Yep. Okay. So you notice that the maze-like structure on its body, the tattoos, are fading slightly already.
Okay.
Like as if it might be connected to its life force rather than its flesh.
Yeah, what I'd like to do then is I'd like to start covering him in some paper.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And start drawing the patterns, just laying the paper out over him and just tracing the lines so that I have a reference for it afterwards.
Can you do me a favour though, then, just so that I know you've got it, can you put vague map of the maze?
Yep.
Right, so it's not perfect, but you've definitely got reference.
Okay. And then after that, if there's still time, I will have a look at the...
But you're going to have
the
loads of
goggles.
time, because Artoria still has to sleep yet.
Yeah, so you can make a Numenera check.
Okay. I will take my time to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she has to get her plate armor off to get a wash, so it'll take her a while.
Yeah. What difficulty?
It's difficulty 5.
No. I do not figure out what this thing is
Use
at all.
XP.
So Artoria, how long are you sleeping for?
After my wash, I'll sleep for like whatever Numenera is.
So
the day is longer.
Vers gets 2 more rolls then.
Yeah.
As he's playing around with the goggles, putting them on. Oh, there's a button, etc., etc.
Okay. Okay, on second 5.
There you go.
I was right. I was close to telling you an anecdote about fiddling with goggles to help you out.
Please do anyway.
I didn't come up with it in time. That's why I didn't.
So these are the Aim True goggles.
I cannot possibly imagine what Aim True goggles do.
I know, and that's what they're called in the book. Don't blame me.
I'm gonna write Monte Cook an angry tweet.
And I'll say to Artoria, I don't know, is this while she's sleeping or is it still while she's bathing? And things?
She would be waking up in maybe an hour.
Okay, I'll wait then.
Okay. EC, are you doing anything in the meantime while Artoria is sleeping?
Well, while Verse was playing around with the body, Easy was just sitting there. What's this part called? What's this part called? And then while Verse was playing around with the goggles, Ichi was just hunting for the little things that fly around and trying to murder them with a fishing rod.
Yeah, they're really difficult to catch, and they seem to be kind of ethereal. They only seem to touch things when they feel like it. So every time you try to swat one, it's like they've been hit with the wind of your palm as they fly away, and it just seems to be impossible to catch.
That is a fucking shame. I would like to really quickly spend my level up getting fishing proficiency.
Yeah, okay. I'll tell you what that will do as well, EC, as a little extra. That will make the depletion of your new fishing artifact go to 1 in 40 instead.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. If you want to spend experience on it, why not?
Easy will never get better at anything useful, but
No,
she's
she's
amazing
just
at skating and fishing.
ice skating and fishing.
The makings of a Winter Olympics champion.
Yes, indeed. Right, so you guys, Artoria wakes up shortly after mid-morning. You feel fully rested, Artoria, and you gain the full night's rest.
And you sit there, you wake up, it's probably still have, like, I'd say 60% chance for Easy just sitting there going...
Yeah, just staring at her as she sleeps.
I'm really good at fishing, yo.
At which point you'll feel like a knife, like a point of a dagger below your chin.
I'll be outside the tent. Verse, how's it going?
I'm really, really good at killing people, Easy.
I know.
He's seen it.
And then I reopen the tent. Space fish.
Good morning, Artoria. How are you feeling today?
I feel good, Verse. I feel good. Nice
What
rest.
did you
And
dream of last night?
you don't want to know.
But I asked.
No, you trust me. Just trust me on this one, Verse. I know you like information, but this is not information you want to know.
Artoria and her boyfriend sitting on a tree. Kissing.
Have you ever kissed a man, Easy?
Ew.
I knew you were
That's
going to do
what
that.
That's what I thought.
I feel like with Artoria, it's more like Artoria and her boyfriend sitting in a tree, Killing, but, you know.
I wasn't confident I could spell that in the text of the song, so I didn't. How do you spell cunnilingus?
Oh my god.
I mean, I was going to go for killing, but sure. I feel like this might be good for one of your sisters. And I'll hand the goggles over.
Well, I appreciate that, Verse, but here's a thought. We could give them to Easy and she could use my bow.
Do you think she can shoot a bow?
It's only a little bow.
Okay, hear me out here. A fishing rod, basically a ranged
want her
weapon.
to shoot a bow?
Well, it would mean she's a little bit more useful when it comes to...
Fishing rod, ranged weapon.
Okay, but then could you... Well, I'll try and position myself to not be between her and the enemy.
Good call, good call. Right, Easy, come here. I'm going to show you. Do you know how to use a bow?
Is a bow a simple weapon?
It is a light weapon, yes.
Oh, that is good, because that's the only weapons I can use. Oh no, I'm not actually even trained in light weapons. I just have no inability with them.
Hmm. Well, you can have a bow. It's a short bow.
This can't go wrong.
Yeah. A short bow with 48 arrows.
Short bow. I'm gonna add 48 arrows. I'm not sure. Easy's just gonna carry out 48 arrows. Why do you have so many arrows? You've never shot a single arrow at anything.
I have the odd time.
First, has she ever shot an arrow at anything ever?
Well, usually when the arrow starts flying, I try and duck, not look at Artoria.
Well, you should. She looks amazing when she shoots a bow, even though I've never seen it because she never uses it.
The big temple things with the swords, when one was going to hit Vers and I shot it and its hand went ping.
Oh, I do remember that. I thought you just threw another sword at it. Didn't know that was a bow.
No, it was a bow.
Okay, I'll look up the stats of a short bow. And then I'm adding goggles to my inventory. Can you give me the stats for those?
The shed. You should be able to see it above your character.
Alright, it's in the thingy.
I put all of the artifacts there, by the way.
For the record, if I used them with a fishing rod, would that work?
No, unless you like, I don't know, throw the fishing rod at somebody.
No, I mean it's like one of those fishing rods where you just throw the lure, right, and then hook it into someone, and then.
It doesn't really do that though. I think we saw last night. You see that it more kind of throws out like a phantasmal thread.
That's okay. I'll just get another one.
Fantastic.
And Artoria will just prep herself for the next day's travel.
Okay, so you begin to prep. Up ahead, you can see the statue looming over the canopy, some 6 or so miles away. If you wanted to just head off.
Yeah, once we've packed up camp, we'll head that way.
Okay, everyone ready to leave?
Yes.
All right, so you guys head out, passing through thinning trees. And after maybe an hour's worth of walking, all of you realise that the trees here are beginning to thin and stunt and become burnt, as if something is like there had been a forest fire, till eventually there are nothing but just tiny twigs protruding out of the ground. And eventually, up ahead, a huge arching cliff face spreads east and west, and the ground becomes grit and sand, and the sky begins to turn like this purplish bruise colour above you, and no longer can you see the statue at all, except because of this looming cliff face that blocks your vision of it. But up ahead, you see something strange, a yawning door of some sort, the entire height of the cliff face. And I have a handout for your visual representation.
Ooh.
Hey, I know that picture.
Yeah. And there's just this large open doorway leading into the cliffs, and it's just darkness inside. I mean, the light from behind you seems to illuminate some, but it just seems to be straight walls and a straight ground. And like, it's like as if it's weird. It's as if fire has like burst out of this cliff face and scorched all the grounds around it, because there's like nothing living for at least a few hundred feet.
I feel like it might be a pretty bad idea to get in there, but I'm also extremely curious.
Okay, let's weight the options. Option 1, we do not go in there. Option B, we go in there and get filthy rich because that looks like a fucking tomb.
Well, we can only explore here for a day before we have to head back, so I'm sure we can scout the area.
Inside, you mean? Yes?
Yes.
Very well.
Okay, so
Robbing!
So you're going inside.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys begin to walk towards this huge entrance, and as you step onto the brick, they're like cracked flags that make up the floor. A coldness wafts towards you from inside, and you all hear kind of on the wind as the wind whistles down through this thin but tall corridor, as if the wind itself is making this ghoulish kind of squealing sound. And up ahead, you hear the rumbling of something. And that's where we get into today's session, as you're about to explore the tomb.
You know what the
Nice.
tomb reminds me of?
What does it remind you of?
There's a Dwarf Fortress story called Boat Murdered, which is the Dwarf Fortress. It's the game where you build a dwarven settlement.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And Boat Murdered is a story where they kept sharing a safe between multiple people, so that the following people had no idea what the previous person was trying to construct in the stronghold.
Oh, okay.
And they built this lava machine, which was just a way for lava to go outside the fortress to murder invading armies. So the entire area in front of the fortress was completely scorched with lavas and elephant corpses, because that was the natural species that lived there.
Oh,
Every
my poor
time.
elephants!